So I run a digital marketing company here in Australia. It's just me and a small team. I do about 600K per year, about 50K per month. That's in revenue, not in straight profit. But I am doing about 60 to 70% margins on that. And it took me a long time to work out that you don't need to run any business, an agency in my case, or any business for yourself in a way that is pushed and taught by the gurus in a way that they have become successful in. And that was an important lesson for me because I found to be a lot of friction in my business when I went to do things like hire people, when I went to do anything like scale with ads, like run funnel so I can get more business, like do any of the bro scaling like versions of trying to grow my business in a way that will help me reach 7 figures. It never made a great deal of sense to me. It always felt really just shit, to be honest with you. Like the scaling part of my agency just felt really frictional, and it felt really like I was just headbutting a wall constantly. And I couldn't work out why. I was like, hang on, don't I want this? Don't I want to make 7 figures a year and be an absolute baller and go work on a laptop and, in front of a pool over in Thailand or something, like they all seem to push. And I learned as I went, that I don't like working with a big team. I don't like trying to manage a lot of people. I don't like trying to manage a lot of moving parts because my ADHD brain likes simplicity. It likes being minimal. It likes things being uncluttered. It likes things being clean and simple, and just I wear black every day of my life. Like I like to have just one choice. I don't like to have all this shit going on in my business that I have to try and pull all these different levers to make one thing work. And when I went to grow and when I went to want to make more money, I had to actually ask myself the question, why do I want to make more money? What is the point? Am I not happy with the amount that I have right now? And is making more money going to make me a better person? Is it going to give me nicer things? And are those things even going to make me happy? And it took me a while to work out that the answer was pretty much no to all of that stuff. And it's not to say I don't want to make a lot of money, because I do. I make these videos to help the younger version of me. And the younger version of me wanted all those things, right? But as I've gone along, I'm still on a pretty good wicket. I still do better than most people do. And I'm not saying that to big note myself and, sound like an absolute wanker. I'm just saying that because I wanted to live a life where I didn't have to work a 9 to 5. I wanted to live a life where I didn't have to answer to someone. I didn't want to set an alarm in the morning. I wanted to be able to go wherever the fuck I wanted without being asked, because I'm horrible at taking direction. I'm horrible at people telling me what to do. I'm horrible at being held accountable for anything that is outside of business, outside of life, outside of business, like in my personal life. I don't like it. So I wanted choice, and my business gives me that. So when I asked myself those questions, like, okay, 100K months, let's go and do it. I was like, why am I not excited by this? Why do I not give a fuck? Because I really didn't. And the lesson here for me was that you don't need to run your business in any way other than the way that you want to run it. And I'll give you a specific example of this. My team is me plus 2 others, and those 2 others are not here in Australia. I do quite a bit of work per day to be able to fulfill my clients because I like doing it. The job gets done in a way that I like it getting done. And clearly I do well in it because I have the money coming in and clients don't leave me. So that's the first thing. The second thing is my staff that I do have that are offshore, I have very close relationships with, and they've been working with me for a long time. And that allows me to be able to trust them more. And I don't have to hire all these different people, build relationships, get fucked over, all that sort of stuff. Like that part of scale just didn't interest me. And then the other part to it is that by having simplicity inside of my business, by having less things going on, my brain can conceive what needs to happen next easier. And for me, that works better. I don't like it. Like, I know the idea of like hiring more to be able to get yourself out of the business, but honestly, I enjoy working. So why would I want to leave it? I don't want to leave it. It still gives me freedom to do other things that I enjoy doing. like making these videos because I think these can be helpful. And so making more money actually won't fix any problems. All that's going to do is create more chaos inside my business because I would need more manpower. I would need more things inside my business to fulfill it. And for me, that just didn't make any sense. And also, I'm already living a life that I really enjoy without having to make more money. Again, I don't need to be making more money to be happy. That's not the point. And I think I'm pretty lucky in that I've actually discovered that. But the whole point of me saying this is because I wanted to be able to run a business that felt easy, to wake up and go, everything's going pretty well. I don't need to worry about the things that don't make me happy or that I enjoy. All of my clients are managed on WhatsApp, as an example. I don't take phone calls. And if people do call me, it's from people I actually like getting phone calls from. And it rarely happens, but I don't like talking on the phone. It's just it's not my energy, man. My phone rings, unless someone's saved in my phone, I will not pick that thing up. Like, forget it. I couldn't care less what's on the other end of the phone. I just do not like phone calls. All my clients are managed in WhatsApp, and it works. People enjoy it. It's quick. It's easy. People have quick communication with me. They get what they need within moments. And it's easy for me just to send a quick text. And if meetings and these things are required, which are very rare these days because I set the tone from the start of a client relationship, and I say that meetings, of course, they need to happen sometimes because you need to know direction of your client. You need to understand their goals. You need to know if we're on track or not. You need to understand the numbers. I can do that in my sleep now. That's not a hard thing to do. So when it comes to meetings and things, I schedule them well in advance and I hardly ever get asked for them. And the reason is because I have clients who trust me to start with. Secondly, I have my shit in order. Thirdly, the things that I do for my clients work. And so I've discovered this over many, many years of trial and error. I tried the whole situation where it was like weekly check-ins and, Zoom meetings with clients, and just like, it drained the fuck out of me. I hated it. It just didn't work for me. And if they're the sort of clients that are going to come across my books and they want weekly check-ins, I simply just won't take them on, because that just doesn't feel right to me. It feels like highly frictional, and I don't enjoy it. I'd rather take half the money per month and do a whole lot less for clients who actually enjoy the way that I operate. And everything works. That's the message here. I can waffle on about more shit inside my business if you want to hear it, but everything works and anything works. And there's going to be benefits and there's going to be drawbacks to all of those components. As an example, managing your clients in WhatsApp, it is just a text. So you're not getting tone inflection. You're not hearing their voice. Sometimes a phone call really does solve some problems that come up a lot easier than WhatsApp. So it's not as if they don't happen, they do. But they're the things you have to still consider. There's benefits and drawbacks to both. I just like that ability because then I can be interstate, I can be overseas, I can be wherever I need to be, and not have to worry too much about my clients requiring phone calls or meetings or Zooms in different time zones and this kind of thing. That was the business that I wanted. Now that's the business that I have. And quite frankly, like I said earlier, if there are clients that I do get that require that sort of thing, they're going to find working with me hard, because I don't like working like that. It's not my energy. Another thing on that, if I work inside my energy field of things that I do enjoy, I deliver better results. Because I don't know about you guys, but if you ever feel like you're doing something just because you've been taught it that way, or just because it works for somebody else, and then you go to do it and it just feels shit, but you keep doing it anyway because you think that's the only way to make it work, I'm here to tell you that isn't the best way. The best way is the way that works for you. And that can work inside of a business where you make good money and you make a lot of money. And I think I've built this business and this life in a way that is really inspiring to me, that works for me, that makes me happy. And sometimes I really need to stop and be grateful for that. And I need to share, I think, the parts of it that I've learned that I don't want to gatekeep this stuff, that I've learned that I think is quite against the grain in a sense of how businesses should run. Because there's a lot of education these days that people take for gospel, and they think that is the only way I could possibly ever run a business, is the way that person taught me or this mentor taught me. No shade to anyone who teaches things in a certain way, because everyone has their own way, right? But you need to be discerning when it comes to things that work for others. Does it work for you or not? And you need to decide that. Also, there's a big difference between whether you like it and it works for you, or whether you don't like it and it doesn't work for you. Like there's a big difference between those things. So don't get that mixed up. It doesn't mean you can just like only manage clients inside of a WhatsApp thing and then don't give a fuck about how they feel about certain things. Like that's not what I'm saying. Like you need the ones that pay you your money, like they're the ones that are the most important. But you don't need to take every single thing that is taught outside of yourself by mentors and these sorts of things by, that is the only way to do anything. Everything works. I'm living proof of it. And I've created amazing relationships inside my business as a way to do it. And I hope to share more of this sort of thing so that I can just teach the younger version of me. Because when I was younger, I just thought, I learnt one way and then I never questioned it. I never thought to myself, oh gee, maybe I can get away with not doing weekly fucking Zoom meetings for clients every single week where nothing actually happens. We just talk some shit and then the client's really hard to deal with and I hate it. Like there is other ways. So anyway, I hope this was somewhat helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. I make videos like this for the younger version of myself who just wanted to break away from the system, whatever the fuck that is, and just basically not have to do what traditional life tells us we need to do to get by. And I think I live a pretty great life now and I can share some of that wisdom. So I hope you found this valuable and cheers.